Hi, and welcome to another story time brought to you by ABC Read and ABC Learn, in which we are here to help develop and nurture that love of reading in every child as well as every adult. How is everyone doing out there this evening? If it's evening time where you are or daytime, I hope you all are doing great. And I hope you all have been reading today for at least 30 minutes. And remember, challenge yourself too. You could just read for at least 30 minutes or you could read more, all right? If you've already read for 30 minutes, maybe up the timer. Say, you know what? I'm going to add another 30 minutes to that, all right? So remember, challenge yourself, but at least read at least 30 minutes a day. All right. And before we get started with our read aloud, I am going to give you all a reading aloud strategy, all right? Which is, before you read that book aloud, make sure you read it first to yourself, okay? So read it maybe once or twice, a few times to familiarize yourself with the book. So for example, there may be words in there that may be hard for you to pronounce, or something in there you're like, okay, you know what? This seems like a big word. I think I want to define the word first. So then after the story, or maybe even during the story, we can talk about that word or talk about different things in the book, during the story or afterwards, all right? So again, reading aloud strategy is read the book first to yourself before you read it aloud, all right? Bam, y'all. Simple. All right. Are you guys ready? I hope you are. And I apologize if I maybe look a little tired because it's a little late. It's like in my bedtime range. But I said, you know what? I wanted to do this story around this time too because, hey, this is the time that a lot of you are getting stories read to you, all right, during this time. So let's begin. Bam. All right. You guys see the cover? Sure you do. Of course you see the cover of this book. And some of you may already be familiar with this story, all right? Let's read the title together. The Kissing Hand. Okay, all right, by Audrey Penn. Yep, it says New York Times #1 bestseller, all right? So what does that mean? This was a really, really popular children's book. And what do you think this story is gonna be about? You guys see those animals there, right? What are those animals? What are they? Raccoon. That's right, raccoon. Right, excellent. And the illustrations are by Ruth E. Harper and Nancy M. Leake. Do you see what's going on? Right here on the cover, you see what that raccoon is doing? What is that raccoon doing? Do you think that's the mommy raccoon and that's her baby? Could possibly be, right? And again, some of you, I'm pretty sure, are familiar with this story, all right? And if you are, go ahead and grab the book, all right? And let's find out what the kissing hand is all about. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. I don't want to go to school, he told his mother. I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you? Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do, she told him gently, even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start. Can you relate to Chester Raccoon? Have you ever felt like that on the first day of school? You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books, and swing on new swings. Besides, she added, I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home. What does she mean by that? His nights at school. He goes to school at night? Why do you think that is? Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. A secret? What kind of secret? A very old secret, said Mrs. Raccoon. I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand. The kissing hand? Asked Chester. What's that? I'll show you. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand up his arm and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. Now, she told Chester, whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you. And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Now do be careful not to lose it, she teased him. But don't worry. When you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick. Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. What do you think Chester is going to do? What are your predictions? Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. Did you all guess that? Did you think he was going to do that? I'm pretty sure all of you did. Now you have a kissing hand too, he told her. And with a gentle goodbye and "I love you," Chester turned and danced away. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you, it sang. Chester loves you. I love you. The end. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that story. And also, I had a quick question. Now, remember during the story when Chester was going to school at night? Do you all know why Chester would be going to school at night? Well, remember, he's a raccoon, right? And if you know a little bit about raccoons, you know that they are animals that are nocturnal, okay? So nocturnal means animals that tend to sleep during the day and they are up at night. So that is why usually when you'll see animals like raccoons and even little rodents and different things like that, they are out at night because during the day they are somewhere sleeping somewhere, and they go out at night to find food. So for raccoons, for instance, they are looking for things like mice and rats and little, vermin and different things like that are out at night, or sometimes they are rummaging through garbage as well. So, but I just wanted to give you guys that little bit of information about raccoons, and hopefully you guys will look up some more information about raccoons yourself as well. And remember to please subscribe, like, and share. And remember to keep reading for at least 30 minutes a day. Happy reading.